If you have been on the semen retention journey for a while, then you have had an experience with the succubus, right? What's a succubus? So that's like our connotation / code word for a wet dream or nocturnal emission, right? So many of us on this journey have this going on. So many people leave comments on my videos as well saying, yo, I had a wet dream last night. Does that count as a relapse? Yo, I had a wet dream last night. Will I lose all my results? Well, in this video, I'm going to be answering some of these questions as well as addressing how I am personally dealing with the succubus in my own life at this point, right? So the succubus is a mythological concept, meaning that it has been around for a while, right? So these people who came up with this concept were basically thinking of this demonic feminine spirit that would come into men's dreams and have intercourse with them in order to suck away their vitality and make them weak, right? So a lot of guys actually go through this. I didn't know this at the time, but like every single night having nocturnal emissions to the point where they just can't function optimally, right? They just don't have that energy because they are letting go of it through ejaculation, right? So the first thing is to understand, yeah, all of us go through it, but if you have been going through it like to the point where you're experiencing more than 2 per week, then that is the point where you definitely need to get some external help, because that is something I have not experienced myself, right? Now, we all go through this, right? If you have been on the semen retention journey, then the succubus will approach you in your dreams. And what I have done previously is work on exercising my PC muscle, right? The pubococcygeus muscle. So what this is the muscle that you use to stop and start your pee, right? If you don't know what that is, I've made another video which I will link out to in the description as well. The exercises that you can engage in to clench your PC muscle. And the reason that you would want to do this is so that you can actually block your ejaculation from going out. And when you actually clench it, you can allow that energy to channel up your spine, right? This is something that I only suggest if you have been away from pornography for 90 days or so. Because once you actually practice your Kegels, right? Your Kegels is what actually strengthens your PC muscle. And once that is strong enough and you have an awareness of your sexual sensitivity, is when you can actually become multi-orgasmic. Okay, Mantak Chia, a Taoist master, has written an entire book on this called The Multiorgasmic Man. But the essence, the gist of it is basically that once you develop that sensitivity of when you are on the edge of ejaculation, that you clench your PC muscle and therefore are able to block the ejaculation, you block your life force energy leaving your body and are able to channel it throughout your body, right? So because I had been practicing this for a long time previously, anytime the succubus would come into my dreams, I would be able to actually experience orgasm without ejaculating, right? So I would not lose my life force energy in that regard. Now, recently, I actually had an experience with the succubus where it was especially smart, and it actually fooled me into busting my nuts, right? So a lot of guys are like, yo, I had a wet dream. Does that mean I lose all my progress? Well, the real progress comes in your own ability to control your own mind, right? So for me, when I look back, I used to be addicted to the cheap thrill of busting nuts every single morning, every single night. And because I was able to overcome that, I did not judge myself when I had a wet dream, because I realized that I'm actually having and developing the self-discipline. And the real results are through that self-discipline, to give up the easy path over the hard path, to do the right thing over the easy thing is where the real benefits lie, right? Mind control. So if you're on that journey, if you were able to overcome the addiction to pornography, then don't get too caught up in whether you're going to lose your results or whether it counts as a relapse. Okay, we all go through this, but it's about dealing with it more effectively, right? So like I said, practicing your Kegels through the PC muscle. Like I said, I'll leave a link out to the video below as well. But like I said, sometimes the succubus can be especially smart. So Napoleon Hill says that there are 3 constructive benefits of expressing ourselves sexually, right? For our sexual energy. The first one is through healing, and that's what the Taoist masters talk about a lot as well, right? How we can actually use that energy to heal the different organs in our body as well. Second one is to create new life, right? To spread our seed in order to create a new life, which is progeny, right? To get offspring. And the third one is to express ourselves creatively, right? To channel that energy into creative expression. So that's what I've been doing. And in my dream, the succubus is like basically saying that I want to have your kid, right? So make sure that you empty out inside of me. And that is what really got me off the handle, because I was like, yeah, sure, I want to have a kid. I'll have a kid with you. And that is what actually caused me to go down the path of letting loose after a long time inside a dream, right? So what am I doing to deal with this more effectively next time? Like I said, if you're on that path and you haven't had an orgasm without ejaculation, then I highly suggest you check out some of my other videos. But what I'm doing moving forward, just sharing with you some of my thoughts around some of this, is that of developing an awareness of when I'm in waking life and when I am in the dream world, right? So that I can actually draw the differentiation between the two. It's similar to like orgasm and ejaculation, drawing that differentiation. For me, it's like, I want to get to the point where if I'm in a dream, I know that it's a dream, so that I can be the conscious creator of that dream, right? This is kind of like the waking dream, and then that's like the sleeping dream. In a sense, there's not much difference between both of them, but I want to get to the point where I have that awareness that I'm lucid within the dream, so that I can control the way that it manifests rather than getting caught up in the agenda of the succubus that is there to suck out our life force, energy, and vitality, right? So the way I'm about to go that is like studying deeper into lucid dreaming and stuff like that, which I have been doing for a while, but I have been procrastinating on that as well. I haven't dove as deep as I would want. So that's what I'm really working on coming forward, right? Having that awareness of when it's a dream, when it's not a dream, so that I cannot be manipulated into doing things that don't serve me, even if it is inside the dream world, right? So like I said, if you've gone through this, don't judge yourself, don't shame yourself. It's something that we all go through, but it's a journey and process towards mastery, so we can truly begin to use our energy, our creative life force energy, rather than have it sucked dry out of us from external spirits, from external agenda, from external powers that be, that are out for us to lack that creative energy, so that we don't have the energy for initiative of creating our lives and ourselves anew, right? So just a bunch of splurge of consciousness over there, sharing with you my experience. Let me know in the comments below what has been your experience with the succubus and how are you dealing with that more effectively. Love to hear from you, love to open up that discussion. But subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, it really helps the channel grow. And let me know if you like these off-the-cuff videos as well, because it's just me sharing what I went through and how I'm planning to deal with that. So yeah, love hearing from you, love opening up the discussion. But with all that being said, I'm going to leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator. I hope that you stay strong on this journey and know that you are capable of anything that you put your mind to. Okay, so much love to you, take care, and I will catch you in the next one.